Hi there, it's Claire Lim and welcome to Insomnia Gaming Festival. We are chatting to some of the amazing guests we have this year at Insomnia, and we're interviewing them for the position. Yes, the position of guest, very important. And we've got a couple of really awesome guests here, a couple of the Session Zero crew. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I am Callum Upton, playing the Bard Mullac Drab in the Session Zero universe, and I'm a YouTuber and Twitch streamer.
Brilliant. And?
I'm Rage Jelling. I'm an MMORPG content creator specializing in World of Warcraft, and I play a human barbarian also called Rage.
Tell us a little bit more about what Session Zero do.
What's the best way to describe it, Rage?
Rage.
A live action TTRPG group that focuses on the viewer first experience. So we don't focus on rules. A lot of people get a little bit confused because they're like, they're not rolling for stats. They're not rolling for class things. And Josh is just saying roll a d20. And it's like, we borrow the inspiration from 5e D&D, but then we add our own spin to it because we've all got like theater/acting camera background. So it all comes really natural to us.
Do you think it's actually easier to get into D&D when there's less, I guess, rules? Because for me, I've only done it a couple of times and I thought there was so many rules. It wasn't confusing, but I think there was a barrier there. Would you agree with that, Callum?
Definitely, yeah. So I actually tried to get into tabletop RPGs quite a while ago, and I found that to be the biggest barrier for me, because if you're so focused on what number adds with what number, what you have to roll for this, that you don't get into the creativity part of it, which I think is the biggest selling point of it, right? Like living out fantasy in a fantasy world. And if you can't focus on that, it's not quite as enjoyable.
Yeah, I think so. And Rage, when did you get into D&D and what was your gateway?
So my mate was really into D&D, and we didn't have like a lot to do in the village in Wales that I lived, and he was like, yo, you should like come play D&D with me, it's like a fantasy world. So I like hobbled over to his house, and me and like three of my mates sat in his bedroom, and we all went all out. We like dressed up as an elf. I dressed up as an elf. One was an orc. The other was I think he was like a human barbarian actually. And we all just literally played our first campaign of D&D. Had absolutely no idea what I was doing, by the way. No idea what the rules were or anything like that. But they really let us role play, and like, mate, we're just a bunch of nerds that like to just play pretend. Like that's literally what D&D is.
Sounds incredible to me. Now, tell me a wee bit about your character, Callum. Like, explain again, tell us the name again, and what you're all about when you guys are Session Zero.
Yeah, so the character I play is Mullac Drab. He's a bard first and a sort of treasure relic hunter second. He's a bit of a down to earth guy, and it's very much a look out for number one kind of scenario. Sure,
okay. And how much of that is really you, would you say?
I'd say me and the character differ quite a lot. In fact, almost completely. I'm not like that in real life, but it's always, when you're playing a character, it's always nice to be able to see things from the other side, you know, what it could be like if you were that way. And I think that's kind of why I chose to go with that sort of background for Mullac Drab, because it's not me, but I want to give it a go.
Got it. Okay, and what about you, Rach? Like, where does your barbarian character come from, and tell us a little bit more about her?
So she is she's a naive little kid, basically stuck in an adult body. I really like playing on the archetype of like the innocent with her. So she's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, like doesn't really understand social situations, has to learn like the real harsh parts of the world and what reality actually is. She's basically a golden retriever. Like that's the best way I could describe her.
No, I agree with that.
Like she'll be doing one thing, and then next minute, oh, there's a stick. I want the stick, so I'm gonna go get the stick, and then I have the stick, and then our poor DM has to incorporate a stick into like the coming episodes, and it's just like I love that. And to be honest, like all of her is like elements of me just amplified to the max. So I get to really have fun with her. I get to, like. Your inner instincts really comes out, when I play her.
I love it. And tell me, okay, tips for those who want to get into D&D. Okay, Callum, you start. Just give me one hot tip.
best tip I could give is based off of how I started with D&D, and it's you don't need all the big flashy things. You don't need all the library of books. You don't even need a solid group of people. I actually started off in a kitchen at work when we were snowed in, and we played it on a napkin with
Incredible.
literally a napkin and pen. That's all you need.
Amazing. Okay, so napkin and pen, love it.
Yeah.
And just go for it. What about you, Rach?
Yeah.
What would you say? What's your one hot tip?
If you want to get into it, and the one thing that's stopping you is, oh, I don't know anyone, or I don't have any friends, or there's no one living near me that knows how to play, just ask them. If you have a mate, ask them if they want to play D&D. If they don't know what D&D is, perfect. Explain it to them. I think we all kind of get stuck on the first hurdle of wanting to play D&D, and it's like, who do I play with? But ask a question. I think you'd be surprised who would be up for it.
Nice. Okay, now this is the most important part of this interview because I, on behalf of Insomnia Gaming Festival, will be interviewing you, Mullac, Drab, and Rage for the position of guest at Insomnia. Now, these are really hard questions, you guys, so I do need you to concentrate. Okay. So let's start with you, Mullac Drab. Please tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a bit of an adventurer. I'm out looking for something. Mostly treasure, but on the side, I'm looking for some lost family members of mine.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Highly confused. Okay, fine. Okay, next up we've got Rage. I mean, I don't know why you're laughing, Rage. We'll just see if you cut the mustard. Okay, Rage, or Little Barbarian. Little Rage. Please tell me about yourself.
Tell me about what? Sorry.
Tell me about
your
that.
voice
I'm
completely cut
distracted.
then.
There's things going on.
Please tell me about yourself. Please tell me about yourself.
Oh, okay. So my name is Rage, and like people call me Little Rage, but my name is actually Angharage, Bach, which means Little Rage in Welsh. And well, I'm from like a valley, but like I don't live in there anymore. I want to go on an adventure. The thing that happened is like I went out one time, and then I went out for like too long, and then it got really dark, and then I didn't want to go home because my mum was gonna get really angry. So I thought, why not just not go home and just see what I can find? And then I bumped into like this guy. So I guess we're stuck together now, right?
Okay, I'm going to write that down. Likes to talk. Okay, writing that down. Okay, so okay, let's go back to you, Mullac Drab. Can I call you Mull Baby?
Just call me M-Dog.
M-Dog is fine. All right, M-Dog. Please walk me through your resume.
Right, yeah, about that. So there's not quite as much there as I'd like. I was a gardener's assistant for 9 hours. Got caught peeking through certain bushes that I shouldn't have been. So that didn't last too long. And then after that, I was an assistant to Wizard. He's just vanished now. So I can't really get a reference.
Right. Okay, I'm writing that down. Unreliable. Okay. What about you, Rage? Please walk me through your resume.
What's a resume?
It's a CV. Walk me through your CV.
Oh. What's a CV?
It's your tell me about your skills. Just tell me about your skills.
Oh, I'm really good at smashing with my hammer. Like really good. Like everyone tells me all the time, oh, Rachel's so good at smashing a hammer. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I also have a pet slug, so I like animals. I'm really good at talking to animals, to be fair, yeah.
Okay, huge hammer. It's a plus. Quite frankly, it's a plus. Okay, tell me a time where you failed, M-Dog, please.
Which one?
Wow. Okay. Well, you can choose one that you think that might get you through this job interview.
Okay, so we were escaping a manor, and we'd managed to climb up a ladder over the fence onto a roof. And I'm not really sure why I did this, to be honest, but I turned round and, in celebration, picked up a small child and threw them onto a spiked fence.
Wow. Okay. Psychotic tendencies. Okay, cool. All right. Rage, a time that you have failed, please.
Wow. I mean, I never really fail. Well, actually, no, there was this one time where I tried to do like, there was this big guy in like this big like muscle, like mechanical exosuit, and I thought I could take him on. And so I tried to like touch his armor, and he ended up launching me across the inn, and I like broke loads of tables and loads of seats, and it really hurt, and I broke my leg.
Okay, clumsy. Okay, no problem. Okay, a couple more questions, you guys. M-Dog, what
Yes.
are your greatest strengths?
I would say playing the flute, not for its kind of like musical composition, but the ear piercing screech usually comes in handy.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Strong ears. Okay, I'm putting that down. Strong ears. That could be handy. Big crowds at Insomnia Gaming Festival. What about yourself, Rage? Tell us your greatest strengths.
My strength. I'm pretty strong. I'm actually really strong. So like I can lift you up any day.
Oh, okay. Strong and positive. I like that. Okay.
Mhm,
Writing that down. Okay, now this is a very important question, you guys. M-Dog, you go first.
Yeah.
How do you like to be managed?
Honestly, I don't. I'm more of a free spirit. I like to just roam around, do my own thing. My plans usually work out better as long as it doesn't involve a child and a spike fence.
Okay, unmanageable. Okay, it's fine. And Rage, what about you? How do you like to be managed?
I like just being told like where to go and like where to put my hammer, because like I don't really have that much experience with like how things should play out. So I'm a good listener, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, these are, you know what, guys? I mean, these are really good answers. I know we've got a lot of guests at Insomnia Gaming Festival, but I'm really happy to tell you that we do need a bit of chaos. So we would love to have you at Insomnia Gaming Festival in April. Thank you very much to Mullac, Drab and Rage. This has been your job interview. You can catch those guys at Insomnia Festival in April. So make sure if you see them, you go and say hello. Thank you very, very much, you guys. And we will see you all at Insomnia Gaming Festival very soon. Take care. Bye.